Hello, Insomniacs. It's Kurious Cyclopes.
And Steve.
And we are Never Sleep Again TV. Well, today I guess we want to do a casual chat about Troma. We haven't really done a video just about Troma films, so I guess first, naturally, let's start off with what was our first Troma film. So I'll let you start off.
I'm pretty sure you showed me
my
first Troma film. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first film I ever watched with you was Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead.
That is such a great one to start with.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because, obviously a lot of older people from the older generations, they're more familiar with Troma than our generation.
Right.
But, so that was a perfect way to start, definitely.
And it's great. It doesn't, bury the lead. You get into that movie and you know right away that it's going to be, gross and funny and awesome. You know what you're looking for from any other Troma film then.
And I'm sure you appreciated all the cameos.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Ron Jeremy, right?
That guy will do anything for a paycheck.
Yeah. Oh, but, so that was your first one,
yeah.
right?
What about you? What was your first?
My first one was, like I said, I grew up watching a lot of these horror films and stuff with my cousins when they would come visit.
Right.
So one time, I thank God for this, but my cousin David brought over the Toxic Avenger.
Oh, that was your first one?
That was my first Troma film ever.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, I kind of started with the Golden Classic, because after all, he's the logo,
right,
of the company. But the first one was Toxic Avenger, and I was so blown away by it because at first I thought it was going to be like a straight up horror film or something. But then I thought it was more of a comic movie. I didn't know what to think because the beginning is kind of funny and all that.
Right.
But yeah, when the horror elements got thrown in, I was like, Jesus, this is really dark, fucked up shit. Especially with the girls taking snapshot pictures of the little boy they ran over.
Yeah.
They get off on torturing and killing people, I guess.
Yeah.
Those sadistic jocks.
I remember the first time that I saw Toxic Avenger, the two things that stood out to me were the first superhero from New Jersey, because growing up in New Jersey, how can you not love that?
Yeah. I forget, were you born there? Or?
Yeah, I was.
I always forget that. Yeah, so we're both actually born in New Jersey, even though we grew up in PA.
Yeah.
So.
But then Stan Lee was narrating it, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's fucking Stan Lee!"
I don't even think I recall that.
Yeah, dude.
It has been forever since I've seen the original. So what? In the intro, Stan Lee is.
I think he's the narrator throughout.
Oh my god. Yeah. Dude, I could kind of see that because he's why not? It's a fucked up superhero kind of thing.
I guess he's always been friends with Lloyd Kaufman.
I didn't even know that. That's so cool. I mean, maybe somewhere along the line I might have seen a picture of them together or shaking hands or something, but yeah, I didn't know they were friends.
Yeah, dude.
You would think Stan Lee might be a little cautious about associating himself with the most trashy film company in America,
right?
Because that's what they pride themselves on. But yeah, that's cool though that they had an open partnership.
Yeah.
I wonder if Stan Lee ever gave them input for the Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Toxic Avenger was my first Troma film, and then naturally, I was delighted to find out that, of course, there was a handful of sequels that were all out by the time I saw it.
Right.
So, right away at this time, Netflix was around, so, I got all the DVDs from Netflix, and I loved it. But before I saw the last one, I did read that, Sergeant Kabuki Man crossed over, so the first Troma film I saw that wasn't a Toxie movie was Sergeant Kabuki Man. And, God, I fucking love that movie so much. The heat-seeking chopsticks and, the wooden sandals that, go flying around. And, dude, he just has so much crazy power.
Oh, yeah.
And I just love the fucking story. And it seemed like a pretty goddamn good quality movie for how wacky the plot was.
Right.
It looked good.
The
filming and all that. But, I was excited that kind of crossed over into the last Toxie movie, because apparently he knocked up his blind girlfriend, Toxie's girlfriend. But, besides that, obviously, we're aware there's a lot of goofy Troma ones. But, there's obviously some horror ones as well, like Terror Firmer.
Right.
Which I still haven't seen the whole damn thing, but from what I saw, I did really like it. But one I really want to mention is Rabid Grannies. I forget if you ended up seeing it.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
So Rabid Grannies, I guess, was like my first actual horror Troma film. I'm not sure if they necessarily made it, because you know how they distribute a lot of films and
Right.
fund them, help get them out. Well, you know, it's considered a Troma film. It's like one of the Troma classics that, you know, you can get. But yeah, Rabid Grannies was actually goddamn creepy. It's like those fucking grandmas that get possessed and they mutate and turn into like monsters.
Oh, wow.
And like, oh god, there's even a creepy scene where they kill this little girl in the house. Yeah, it's like a bunch of old ladies that are they all have their birthday on the same day, so they come together and celebrate it. I don't know, it's crazy. But,
Sounds interesting.
dude, it's creepy. The practical effects is why it's so amazing.
Yeah, that's like one of the best parts of Troma as a whole is it's all like practical stuff.
And you gotta love how they always throw in that fucking car flipping and exploding or whatever. Because I guess it was like their way of getting their money's worth, because I'm sure it costed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, God, if we're gonna spend the money on this, you're goddamn, you better know that we're gonna use it in every goddamn movie.
Yeah, right.
Because, dude, I must have seen almost 10 fucking movies with that in there, or it seems like it. It seems like that car flip is in so many of those movies.
Yeah.
But it's funny, you know, because you look forward to be like, oh, I wonder if that's gonna show up. But I think they even use some of the window, like jumping out of the window scenes in other movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think, you know, they recycle some stuff, but it's fun.
Yeah.
But something that is another great franchise that they created was Nukem High. Have
Right.
you seen those? Or?
I saw Return to Nukem High.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so of course, same thing. When I saw the first one, I loved it. Was glad to hear that there was sequels, which I rented right away from Netflix.
Right.
And then a few years ago, I went to Troma Fest for the first and only time in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and I ended up seeing the fucking premiere of Return to Nukem High.
Oh, wow.
And I was excited, and it was also like Birdemic, 2 or whatever, or 3. I forget which one, but it was cool because, you know, they had the cast there, and you know what? It was a cool fucking remake or reboot or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely showed clips from the other ones real quick in the beginning, like, oh, check out all this.
Right.
But, yeah, and I think the second one finally came out.
Yeah,
it?
I'm pretty sure Return to Nukem High is the one that got them kicked out of Cannes Film Festival like a month or two back.
Why would they get kicked out?
I don't know. I think because Lloyd was walking around in like makeup with something sticking out of his head and whatever was going on, they kicked him out. Yeah, it was weird.
You would think you would know what to expect from Lloyd Carr.
Right,
like,
exactly.
I can't imagine him doing anything too bad.
No, I don't think it was any big deal. I think that's why they were kind of like, what the hell did we get kicked out for?
And, you know, I heard he can be a real hard ass to work with because, you know, he's intense with his film. But, hey, like, you know, that's part of the job. But when I personally met him and got his autograph, he was a nice motherfucker. He was awesome. And, you know, he autographed my Poultrygeist DVD, and then I got him to autograph the program of a poster of Return to Nukem High.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah. So, in general, I love Troma. And even the films that they help distribute and all that, they always, you know, have a great trashy taste that,
right.
you know you're in for something good.
I mean, Troma, you know, is like a good building block, and like one of my favorite things about it is that James Gunn, the guy who directed the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, he started his career working for Troma.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
that's what. If you watch close in the prison scene of the first Guardians movie, Lloyd Kaufman's actually one of the prisoners there.
I think I might have noticed that when I saw it, but you know, because you could always pick him out. He's a very, very unique, distinct character. But that's cool. But I always love when I see a Lloyd Kaufman cameo.
Oh yeah.
In like just random films. Dude, has he made any other Marvel cameos? I feel like I could have sworn I seen him in some other Marvel film real quick.
Not that I can remember, but I could definitely be wrong.
Lee's his friend,
right?
Yeah, but But another funny quick story is I had no idea really about the Toxic Crusaders until after I had already seen Toxic Avenger, and obviously it blew me the fuck away that they had a whole video game thing, they had a whole television cartoon show that was on cable, like this and that. I was like, how do you get such an almost like, dude, it's definitely beyond our original, so how do you turn that into a cartoon series and then get them to be like, yeah, great idea, let's turn this horrible nasty movie into a kids series. But the reason why I brought that up is because years ago, I went through like a little phase where I wanted to get like cool figures because that's a cool collecting thing.
Right.
Well, unknowingly, I picked up a mix of like Ninja Turtle and Toxic Crusader figures. Eventually, obviously, just to save room, I got rid of them because I got a whole crate of figures for like $5. Some of them were like Spawn creatures, not Spawn himself, but anyway. So years after I threw it out, I realized like, oh shit, I had Toxic Crusader figures, not even realizing it. So I regretted throwing that out.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I would probably put it on my shelf or something now.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's related to the Troma franchise.
That's what I remember when I was a really little kid. I used to stay at my grandmother's like over the summer, and I had a coloring book of Toxic Crusaders there. No idea what it was. We just got it because it was a coloring book.
Dude, I can't believe that's how mainstream that it was for a while.
Yeah.
It almost makes you wonder, did the rest of the franchise totally get by the parents? Like, they had no idea that it was from a really adult, like, series of movies? Like,
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But yeah, in general, we fucking love Troma. I guess the next one, number 5, never came out. I actually didn't even know there was a title for it, the Toxic Twins or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that never came out, and I'm assuming the remake is still in the works.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think we need a remake. I mean, just make another sequel, just like they were supposed to.
I was kind of fine with the remake when they first talked about it, but then they had said something about making it more mainstream and doing it PG-13 and...
Okay, now I would be extremely against it.
Yeah, that just changes the whole heart of it.
Don't put a PG-13.
Yeah.
Dude, that almost makes me think that they're going to try to make them like a kid-friendly, like... Dude, I mean, if you're going to go that route, you might as well do a Toxic Crusaders live-action movie.
Exactly.
Instead of trying to water down the Toxic Avenger.
Right.
God. I mean, even in the beginning when, like, he's Melvin, that nerdy dude.
Yeah.
Even, like, the fact that he's trying to grab the girl's boobies in the dark, he's like, like, dude, how are you going to remake the origin story? Like, it's so weird. But, yeah. I mean, to be honest, the Toxic Crusader movie might be cooler than a Toxic Avenger remake.
Yeah.
But, yeah, of course, there's a bunch of great Troma films out there. I definitely need a lot more. Like, I want the Toxic Avenger collection. He actually has a Blu-ray one.
Yeah.
So, I want to get the same thing. If there's a Nukem High collection on Blu-ray, I would like to get that.
I don't think there is, but I'm not sure, yeah.
Because, there's a few of those movies, and they're all wacky fun. But, I got a couple Troma films in my collection. Definitely need more. I probably only have, like, 4 or 5.
Yeah,
but,
same.
Yeah, but, hey, it's cool that I at least got his autograph and I got to actually experience Troma Fest. Because, it's cool that they were founded in New York and that's where the whole headquarters is.
Right.
Because we're not really far from them at all.
Yeah.
So, hey, if we ever notice that they have an open casting call or something, drive the fuck over there.
We gotta go out to the next one and do, like, a show from Troma Fest.
Dude, I would fucking love that. Like, and even if they don't let us film it inside, just do it from the curb. Like, who cares? Now that we can live stream on our phones, we could do whatever.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, we just wanted to, bring up that we do love Troma, and if you haven't checked out Troma and you're a horror fan, check it out because it's not strictly horror films. There's a lot of fucked up, crazy ones.
Yeah.
So, it's refreshing if you're kind of getting bored with just the standard horror movie.
Oh yeah.
So it's wacky fun. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode. So thank you for watching. Kurious Cyclopes.
And Steve.
This was Never Sleep Again TV. See you in the next episode, guys.
Thanks, guys.